When we think about university, we tend to think about this as a place where we go to study to find the next job. But there are lots of majors in university that doesn't necessarily lead to a next job. For example, like English major, philosophy, these are a little bit vague majors, you would say, that's compared to computer science, that very straightforward, leading into more like technical roles. So is studying in these majors really beneficial? Like what can one actually do with a BA in philosophy? In the latest episode of How Real Life Works podcast, we interview Scott Ward, a personal development coach. He showed us how to apply philosophy in real life situations that kind of connect the academic side with the real world. You're going to hear an ethical debate where you have a dilemma to choose to save lives between two groups of people. Tell us which one you would choose later after you watch the video. This is How Real Life Works, a channel where we share all the things that the school doesn't teach you.
I think that there's a lot of value also in just being conversant with the bigger questions as we do our jobs. There are things that you can't really go too far in a modern life without running up into big questions anyway. I have a couple examples of this if it's useful. Let's say that you were in this hypothetical situation. You were in a position of a decision around public health. And you had one 39-year-old and you had 40 79-year-olds. And I don't know what it is exactly, but let's say that the estimated quality of life years was 80, right? So the 39-year-old has 41 years of quality life years left. And the 40 79-year-olds have 40 years left. Did I say that right? The 39 has 41. The 79-year-olds, the 40 of them have 40 between all of them. Does that make sense? Okay, yeah.
Yep.
And let's say that you had to choose who got to live. What do you choose, right? So people have been thinking, it depends. It depends. So you can read about utilitarianism, or you can read about some, other strains of thought that would maybe value things differently. But the point is, this is not actually that fanciful of a question, right?
Right.
It's actually right now it's a little bit apropos, and so the point is that you get to these questions really rapidly, even in just normal life. Another example would be
wait. So what is the answer?
I knew you were gonna ask that.
We're playing gods here. To me, it's obvious, but
what is it? What is obvious to you?
Well, to me, it's obvious to save unless it's some criminal, then I would of course save the younger person.
The person who has 39 years left.
Yes.
Interesting.
But that's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you choose, Scott?
To me, I would strongly lean towards saving 40 people.
Same. That is interesting. Yeah, we're talking about 40 people.
Yeah, exactly. But there is, very strong philosophical backgrounds to this debate, and so we really don't have the option of being kind of like strictly job technical people. You can't get away from these big questions. Another one is, these are kind of like ethical dilemma questions, but there are others as well. But another one is, so you're just a developer. You're just a software developer, right? But you're working on self-driving cars. And you've got to take into account these various situations. For example, the car skids out on some ice, and there's something that the car can do to save the driver or sacrifice the pedestrian. How do you program it? And so somebody's going to die. You got to make a choice. You're just coding a computer. It's not obvious, right? It's not it's not a technical question. And so, and life is just like filled with these things, right? So this is a good, reason to be conversant with the bigger questions and to have at least know where to look and who's talked about that throughout the centuries.
Right. Suddenly there's a lot of death in our podcast.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't have a ethical thought experiment without that.
I think it's because I saw so many American movies, and in the American movies they usually save children first. because they still have the whole life and they can achieve so much during that time. While the people who are like already 79, they already lived their lives.
What I think about how I approach that is the collateralness of the whole situation. When this one person passed away, yes, he kind of lost his 39 years and so much potential ahead of him, but the impact of 40 people passing down to 40 family members and everyone around it, to me, that's like a way more impact than just one person kind of passing away.
That's more like not being comfortable with handling the situation. It's like it's okay to say to one family.
Yeah, I'm talking about like emotional impact that what it will bring to these people. And I think this discussion we're having right now is what Scott is saying. Like you
Right.
would rarely get to a place where you can talk about these things in an extended period of time. Even if you have a dinner party with your friends, no one's gonna suddenly, bring up these discussion points and talk about it. And to be able to discuss this in great length, I think that's what you're saying. It's the beauty of university. We hope you enjoyed our discussion with Scott. Now, which group would you choose? Are you choosing the one person who's 39 years old, or would you choose the 41 people who only has 1 year left? Tell us in the comment section below. If you are a high school student and who loves to create content but not sure how to create it yet, join our team and we can create it together. Click on the sign up form in the description and we will be in touch with you shortly. Last but not least, if you like our video, please click a thumbs up and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. See you next time. Bye.